Aso Tateno Dam in Japan began construction in 1983, suffered damage during the 2016 Kumamoto earthquakes and began operating in 2024. It stands on the Shirakawa River in Kumamoto Prefecture. This is a dry dam built to control floods rather than hold a permanent reservoir. It is about 20 kilometers upstream from Kumamoto City, where the river passes through a mountainous landscape. Its concrete structure rises about 83 meters and stretches 197 meters across the river. 3 spillways can release water while the dam stores 10.1 million cubic meters for flood control. Inside the structure, a 40-meter elevator descends through the dam. Construction continued for decades, but the 2016 earthquakes damaged the project while work was still underway. The record identifies earthquake damage but not one single cause for every intervening year. The dam was unveiled in February 2024 and was also renamed Aso Tateno Dam. That makes the timeline 41 years from construction to operation. In April 2024, Aso Tateno Dam entered service as flood control infrastructure on the Shirakawa River. Essex International was known for wire and cable. It built a 4-bit microcontroller with program memory, temporary storage, and 24 of 28 pins dedicated to input and output. Announced in February 1976, the SX200 targeted specialized controller applications rather than general-purpose computing. Its job was to run a fixed task inside a device. It was designed for a narrow job, coordinating inputs and outputs without external memory. The chip combined a 4-bit CPU, 1024 bytes of ROM, and 64 4-bit RAM locations in one 28-pin package. Customers supplied the program burned into ROM. They also supplied settings for a programmable logic array or PLA controlling the outputs. Because memory stayed inside, external pins could serve the device. A dedicated 4-pin port accepted a capacitive keypad with up to 16 keys. Other ports handled display output, while 24 of the 28 package pins served input or output. Its 41 instructions each took 20 microseconds, enough for simple controller applications. The company withdrew it from public offering the following year, while production continued for OEM applications into the 1980s. The Škoda 26T was not one fixed tram. Customers could order 3 to 7 sections, producing lengths from 18 to 50 meters. The range belonged to the design concept rather than one standard body. It was a low-floor, bidirectional urban tram developed for Miskolc, Hungary. Low-floor means the passenger area sits close to platform level. Bidirectional means it can travel forward or backward in regular service. The standard 26T used 5 car-body sections, but the concept allowed fewer or more. Those sections were arranged around 3 2-axle bogies, the wheel assemblies supporting the tram. The front and rear bogies were powered, the middle bogie was not. This was not merely a drawing board option. Miskolc ordered 31 trams and production ran from 2013 through 2015. The order connected the design to an actual urban fleet. The result was a tram platform that could be configured around different customer requirements. A compact 3-section car or a much longer 7-section version. One design supported multiple physical scales for different city requirements. In June 1967, tourists in Marseille rode 6-seat submarines along a cable 10 meters below the surface, instead of descending in a free-swimming dive. The Téléscaphe ran between Calellong and Cap Creuset near Marseille. Its underwater cable route stretched 500 meters with the vehicles traveling at a fixed depth of 10 meters. 4 bell-shaped submarines, each seating 6 passengers and weighing around 3 tons, were pulled forward by the cable. Lights made night operation possible while frogmen monitored the system from outside. The cable supplied the route, the vessels did not roam freely. That arrangement turned a seabed visit into a guided ride rather than a diving lesson. More than 31,000 people in total used the attraction during its single season, showing strong public interest in the format. But popularity did not cover the bills. Limited financial support together with high operating and maintenance costs ended the project after one season. The public could ride the seabed, keeping that cable system running was the harder problem for operators. An English optician, Horace Dahl, used a motion-reducing pantograph and diamond stylus to engrave writing described as 280 Bibles per square inch. The comparison describes an extraordinary density, not a modern independent measurement. A pantograph is a link-arm mechanism. Move one end and the tool end traces a smaller path. That reduction turns ordinary hand movement into controlled motion, so the operator need not guide the point at microscopic scale directly. In the mid-1950s, Dahl built his own pantograph and fitted it with a diamond stylus. The pantograph reduced movement before it reached the engraving point, while the diamond supplied a hard, precise point for extremely small writing. Dahl also made optical instruments for telescopes and microscopes. He developed the Dahl tube, a device for flow measurement. His workshop connected precision viewing with practical measurement. So one mechanical choice served two scales, microscopic lettering and usable instruments. The result was not just tiny lettering but instruments built to inspect and measure the world. Before Naughty Dog existed, Andy Gavin and Jason Rubin planned to sell their first entertainment game locally on floppy disks packed in Ziploc bags. A small publisher turned that plan into a national release. In 1984, the high school friends founded Jam Software and built Apple II programs from home. Their first project, Math Jam, taught arithmetic and was copied onto 5.25-inch discs for local schools. They worked from home, using the Apple II as both development machine and sales platform. Educational distribution proved difficult, so they moved to entertainment. Rubin coded a skiing game called Ski Stud. Gavin optimized its slow sections in assembly language, a lower-level coding method that made the Apple II version practical. They approached Michigan publisher Baudeville for a commercial license. Baudeville liked the game and renamed it Ski Crazed. It shipped nationally in October 1987 beyond local Ziploc sales. About 1,500 copies sold. The roughly $1,500 earned paid for a second disk drive and helped fund Dream Zone, giving the teenage developers better equipment for their next game. Reedsburg Municipal Airport in Wisconsin once had something its conventional runways did not: a water runway built for a local builder's float plane. Reedsburg Municipal Airport opened in 1928 after local business leaders organized an airfield in the Wisconsin city. It developed as a general aviation airport supporting local aircraft and pilots. During the 1960s, local builder N.E. Isaacson had a separate water surface built at the airport for his float plane. A float plane uses mounted floats to take off from and land on water. That let Isaacson's aircraft use a different surface from the airport's land-based strips. Its role was specific to Isaacson's float plane, not a replacement for the airport's regular runways. It was later abandoned and filled in, while Reedsburg continued developing its conventional airport runways over time. Isaacson's connection to the airport continued in another form. In 1969, he contributed $100,000 toward expanding the east-west runway to 4,500 feet. The water runway disappeared, the longer conventional runway remained. A Texas television station was helped into existence with equipment associated with oil rigs, a trailer and a winch. That industrial pairing appeared in a Texas broadcasting construction story. A trailer is an unpowered vehicle designed to be towed so it can move goods or materials. A winch is a device that provides controlled pulling or lifting force. Those are broad functions, not television-specific features. At the station site, those functions supplied two practical capabilities: moving equipment or materials and applying controlled force during construction. The specific load and lift are not identified in the supplied account. That repurposing crossed an industrial boundary. Equipment associated with oil rig work was applied to television infrastructure. At the site, available transport and pulling capacity came from industrial gear, not a named broadcasting machine. The system's lesson is practical. Infrastructure can adapt available machinery instead of using a purpose-built tool for every task. In Texas, an oil rig trailer and winch helped connect construction work with a television station.